Hey, again, Roger Martin here from Billings, Montana. Glenn Beck. Thought they had some interesting views on some stuff here. Do a little editing of this. Trump isn't on his last leg, but there are some definite problems in both parties, and he talks a little bit about that.
Either. What we found is there is a split nation. There is the cities versus the rural. We don't agree on anything. Also,
Now, that has been going on forever, and this is why the college electorate is so important, because if you let the liberal cities take over, the rural part is done for. And that's actually what these crazy Democrats want. They want to they want to get rid of the Electoral College. They want to get rid of the Electoral College. Crazy, but true. Look at some of the goofy candidates they put up.
he's a socialist, not a Canadian style.
This is this black guy. I think it's Gollum. Anyhow, he is a hardcore socialist. This is scary. It used to be a death wish to admit you're a socialist. Now you're getting elected. That's how far left we've moved as a nation.
Socialist, an actual socialist. They picked him to run for governor. They could have chosen a congresswoman. Her name was Gwen Graham. She was once ranked as the 9th most bipartisan member of the House. But Florida Democrats decided, let's go with Gillum, because who doesn't like a socialist? Well, it turns out about half of Florida. Now, let me flip this around. South Carolina, same thing happened. Republicans chose Katie Arrington. Now, this was their nominee for Congress over the incumbent Mark Sanford. Now, Sanford is a really strong conservative, but he disagreed with the spending, as I do, of the president and the Congress. He was occasionally critical of Trump. So the president on Twitter dissed Sanford and endorsed Arrington. The result? The seat flipped blue yesterday. What do both of these tell us? That we are really looking for people like Sanford and I don't know Gwen Graham, but if she really is, not on the fringes, people like Gwen Graham. We are not looking for the fringes. Now, I don't know if the left.
This is true, but we want work done. We don't want politics, and we're not getting there. We're getting more politics. But the left is going more socialistic, more Looney Tunes than ever, and in real ways, in electable ways. That's what's scary. We need an education process to straighten people out on their heads and hearts, because we lose our freedoms, we are screwed. If this country ever becomes socialistic, and it's very close because of the voting, very close. And it's already gone in the big cities, already gone. It's only the suburban voting polls that are saving this country. If we get rid of the Electoral College, we're done for.
Dysfunctional. Expect an awful lot of investigations over the next 2 years. They're going to have to investigate the president because Nancy Pelosi has already come out.
Nancy's an idiot, but that's who they're going behind. And so Trump needs to get his crap together too, and so does the Republican Party. And Congress and the Senate needs to pass these tax incentive legislations before January, because they'll never get anything passed after that. The Congress will fight them tooth and nail on everything and be tied up in these stupid investigations for 2 years. We're in deep trouble, folks. This battle is going to go on, and we need to get Trump in there in 2020, and he needs to get his head turned around in some spots too. But he's a workaholic, and he'll find a way to work around Congress through presidential decrees or whatever they're called, and other things. But we're in a world of hurt. Make no two ways about it.
And it is changing. The Republicans are having a problem in the Romney Republican districts, and that's important. The Republicans are losing the suburban areas, and that's because of polarization. They did not fix health care, and then they do things.
Now, this is what's becoming scary. We're starting to lose some of the rural or suburban support in some of these areas. And that is scary because the health issues in this country haven't really been addressed. The Republicans have been sitting on their butts and playing politics instead of getting to work and fixing it. Trump has tried, but he can't get them off the damn fence. Like I said, we're into some serious, serious battles. And this is not going to end. It's just going to get worse. So tie on to your local elections and your local communities because it'll be the last battlegrounds. And we, I'm afraid, are going to lose the federal government to leftist socialist programs in a matter of 10 to 15 years, maybe less, maybe less. Then watch out for our freedoms to go bye-bye. We are in the final stages of the greatest battle this country has ever faced, even with Great Britain, and even with the War of 1812, and even with the Civil War, because the people are desiring those things that are wrong. Constitutionally wrong, socialistically wrong, morally wrong. Big, big problem. This is Roger Martin from Billings, Montana. Take it for what it is, but we're into 2 years of investigations with the Democratic Party, and they need to be censured, or they need to be stopped, or Trump needs to go after them and get the crooks out of there. But it is going to be an ugly 2 years. You think this election was tough? We got 2 tough years that are going to be drawn out in investigations from both parties without hardly any work being done. The wall probably still won't be built, and there'll be a lot of things done and a lot of things of the deep state that are still just bogging us down. Remember, if we're not moving forward, if we're stuck in a mud hole or a bog or a swamp, the deep state is winning. Think about that. Again, this is Roger Martin from Billings, Montana. Good day.